Hey everyone. So let's start solving today's Leetcode daily challenge question. So the question is construct product matrix. Given a zero index 2D integer matrix, grade of size n cross m, we define a zero index 2D matrix P of size n cross m with same size, okay, as the product of matrix of grade if the following condition is met. Each element of P of ij is calculated as the product of all elements in the grid except for the element of the current element, okay. This product is then taken modulo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we have to return that product matrix of grid. So first let's understand the question. So question is uh, we will be given a 2D matrix which will be of size n cross m. And let's say we have this matrix A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Consider this as a numbers, okay? And it can be anything like numbers, okay. Now what we have to do, we have to return the same sized array 2D matrix, what, with multiplication, that is product of all the elements in the grid except A. So what will be my first element, what will be my first element in the product array? It will be B into C into D into E F G H I, all the multiplication of all the elements, yes, except T. For B, except B, all the elements in multiplication, okay, product of all the elements. So this is what we have to return. So let's see the constraints. So the constraints are, if you see, my n can be from 1 to 10 raised to 5. One can be like the length is okay, and 2, okay, and into m. So at least it will be like okay, and the size the number can be from 1 to 10 raised to 9. So definitely if you calculate the multiplication of all the elements and if you try to divide it, we might face some issue with this 10 raised to 9. Okay, so we have the constraints higher, the number can be higher. So if you just find the product of all and then divide it, try to divide, we might face the issue. Okay, so you might get wrong answers, you can try that. So today in this video we will be seeing the optimized approach or the approach, okay, using prefix concept. So we will be using the prefix concept. Okay. Now let's take a smaller example to understand prefix concept. Let's say I'll take A, B, C and D. Now if I have a prefix, let's say I'll take a prefix, okay, prefix multiplication and suffix multiplication. So what will be my prefix and suffix? Prefix will be multiplication from the beginning, suffix will be from the last element. So here my prefix will be A. Now for B it will be A into B. For C it will be A into B into C, and then similarly A, B, C and D. For suffix we'll start from the end. Here it will be D, then C into D, C into D into B, and here C into D into B into A. If I have this two matrix, prefix and suffix, okay, suffix multiplication, prefix multiplication, so easily I'll be able to find the product of that except A. How is, we will, let's say, consider I want to find the product at this place, at B place. So ideally what it should be, it should be A into C into D, okay, as per our condition. Now how we will calculate this using this two matrix is, for this, sorry, for this one we will take prefix of before and suffix of after. So after B what is there? C. Before B what is there? A. So multiplication of these two, not in this array, prefix of this and suffix of this. What is prefix of A is this, okay. Suffix of C, I mean suffix at C, is C into D. So we will, what we will do, we will multiply A into C into D, and what we'll get, we will get the same. Got it, right? So this is the simple approach if you understand it properly. For a current element, okay, for a current this element, the previous prefix and after suffix. So for E, it will be prefix at position D and suffix at position F, the multiplication will take. For C, okay, for C, we will take, consider, yeah. For C, it will be prefix at B and suffix at D. For A, there is no prefix, so consider 1 and suffix will be suffix at B. Now for this, prefix will be here, suffix will be next element. And for the last element, we will be having the prefix but not suffix. So that's it. We will first calculate and then we will just use this indexes to find that. Now, to calculate prefix, what we will do is, see, our array can be this, right? So we will go in this direction. Again, we have to go next. Okay, when we get this, so we have to take the this previous. So normally, when you're trying to find the prefix sum or something, okay, what you have a single array. You consider the previous element for the next element calculation. Okay, but here for the previous one, if my j is 0, for suffix, if my j is 0, we have to consider the previous element as last element, the before array. Okay, and only for after first row. Okay, and for suffix, as we are going from back, so we will be going from this and then this. So when my j is m minus 1, then I have to consider the first element of next row for its calculation. So in this way, we will be calculating the prefix and suffix multiplications. And to calculate this, we will take a left and right. So for left, we will first check for left. What we will do is, if my yeah, for left, yes, for left, my I and j should not be 0. Okay, it should not be 0, then only we have left. So if it is not 0, we will get something except this element, we can find the left of all. Okay, so that time what I'll check, if my j is greater than 0, then I can find easily my left. But if it is 0, then I have to take the previous element again for prefix. Same thing for suffix, we have to check if my j is less than m minus 1, then I can easily find the suffix of that. But if my j is 0, again it comes to 0, then I can find the, sorry, if my j is m minus 1, then for suffix I have to go to the next. Okay, same thing how we are calculating the prefix. So now let's start coding. So what will take? First we'll take the answer is in int, so I'll take product is equal to new int, it will be size n. We will calculate n and m. Okay, here what I'll do, int n is equal to grade dot length, int m is equal to grade of 0 dot length. Now n and m. Now we will take two array, we will take in long prefix of prefix is equal to new long n and m. Here also long suffix is equal to new long n and m. Okay, now what we'll do, we have to calculate. So my prefix of 0 and 0, what it will be, it will be my same grade of 0 and 0. And now let's calculate. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. For int j is equal to 0, j less than m, j plus plus. Okay, now what we will do here, my if my I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0, we have to skip this. Okay, so I'll do continue. Why? Because we already have calculated and we cannot write here 1 and 1, because then it will start from the next element. We have to start the same except the single element. Now here what we will do is, as I'm finding the prefix, so what I'll check, if my j, if I'm finding the prefix, I should know the previous element. So if my j is 0, I should know the previous element as the one step above the previous row. as we are skipping the first element, there will be no case of this. But if I have second, then we have to. So if my j is greater than 0, then what will be this prefix of I and j. Prefix of I and j, it will be prefix of just one element previous. So prefix of I and j minus 1 into the current element. Yeah. Else if it is j, okay, j0, then my prefix of I and j, what it will be? It will be the last element of previous row. So what it will be? Prefix of previous row is I minus 1, last element is m minus 1. So into grid of I, j. Now this is what is prefix. Now let's calculate for suffix. So before this, let's first initialize my suffix of n minus 1 and m minus 1 last element will be the grid last element n minus 1 and m minus 1. Now here it will start from again n minus 1. I should be greater than or 0 and I minus minus. Here j minus minus, j should be greater than or 0 and j m minus 1. Now similarly as 0, here I have to check if my last element is there, because we already initialized it. We will continue. Now here I have to, instead of greater than 0, I have to check if it is less than m minus 1. Why? Because as we are calculating suffix, it will be from the end. So when we are going to the above row, okay, previous row, my last element suffix should be the next row, this element. So if my j is less than m minus 1, it will be normal the next element. But if it is m minus 1, then it will be the next row first element. So here it will be plus 1. Okay, now here it will be next row and first element, it will be 0. Okay, so now we have, instead of prefix, let's replace this with suffix. Yes. Okay, now we have our prefix and suffix. Now we have to calculate our answer. So for that, I'll traverse again both this. For left and right, we have to go calculate, right? For int j is equal to 0, j less than m, j plus plus. Now I'll take int left is equal to 1 and int right is equal to 1. Okay, so what I'll check for left, what we have to check first is my, okay, I'll take, if my I is equal to 0 and my j is equal to 0, I don't want this case for left, because we don't have any left prefix for the first element in the matrix. Okay, if it is not there, then what we have to check? Okay, so as I explained, if I want, if let's say we are skipping this element for the left, okay, we are skipping this element for the left, but to find this left, my j should be greater than 0. Okay, then this, to find this left, we have this. But if my j is 0 again, it should be my previous element, similar as while finding the prefix. So here, if my j is greater than 0, then if my j is greater than 0, then what is there? My left will be the prefix of same row but j minus 1. Else it will be prefix of previous row I minus 1 and last element m minus 1. Similarly, what we did here while finding. Okay, we can take long here. Similarly, now for the right, this was for left. Now right, my I should not be n minus 1 and also m minus 1. So we are adding this negation. So if my j, now let's say similarly my j it should be m minus 1, and in that case what we are taking is I and j plus 1, else the first element in the next row. So I and j plus 1. So yes, the previous one, else I plus 1 the next row and first element, that is 0, and this is right. Okay, now we have left and right. What we have to do is my product of I and j, it will be what, left into right, but we have to do we have to take the mod. So I'll take int mod as 1 2 3 4 5, let's say, and we have to convert this to int, and then I'll take the mod of this, because we have to return in it. So now let's submit this. Okay, yeah, we missed a semicolon, fine. Now let's run this again. Loosely conversation long 20. Something. Oh, we missed return. So many compilation errors. That's fine. Return product. Now it should work. Okay, it is giving us some wrong answers. So let's now what we did mistake here is, again we are using the prefix, so here it should be suffix, as we were copying the same if else, that's why we made the mistake. That's fine. You have to change, yeah, you can say accepted. Now let's submit this solution, so it should work fine. So in this video, okay, output, why it is coming negative? Let's do one thing, let it multiply, we'll take the mod and then we will convert this. Let's use this test case. Wrong answer. So yeah, the thing is we have this as large value and we have to take the modulo and then convert it to integer. That's the thing. Now let's submit this. Again wrong answer. What's the issue? Somewhere again we must be doing something wrong. We have long, somewhere are we doing anything? We are calculating the prefix, we are calculating the suffix. Left is long, left is also long. Let's try taking the int. Can we convert here itself? I am in doubt, but let's check. Okay, again that same mistake. Instead of taking int, let's. Okay, I got it. Let's do the mod. We are not doing mod here also, right? Maybe that might be an issue. So I'll do mod while calculating the multiplication. Will take mod. Array. Now let's run. Let's try. Okay. Oh, sorry. We changed it right before. Now you can say so. We missed the mod. See, these are the issues which happens when there is a option. Okay, there is a condition that we have to do the modulo. Most of the times I miss it. Yeah. Yes, accepted. So in this way we can solve this question. So you can there are many ways to solve a single question. In this video I explain using the prefix concept. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you feel this video is helpful to you, please like this video, subscribe my channel, stay updated. Thank you.